Sometimes the thing you lose is the thing you were holding on to the hardest. You replay the moment it slipped away. You wonder what you could have done differently. You convince yourself that if you had tried just a little more, it wouldn't have ended. This is a story about a woman who lost a future she believed in, and only later understood that losing it was what saved her. She believed deeply in commitment, in staying, in building something slowly, even when it wasn't easy. She grew up watching people remain in situations that demanded patience, silence, and sacrifice. Leaving was seen as failure, endurance was praised. So when she met him, she stayed, not because everything was perfect, but because she believed love meant trying, again and again. Their relationship didn't begin with fireworks. It was ordinary, comfortable, conversations that flowed easily, shared routines, small plans for the future. He felt familiar, and familiarity felt safe. Over time, she adjusted herself to fit the life they were building. When he struggled, she waited. When plans shifted, she adapted. When doubts crept in, she told herself that patience was proof of love, and for a long time she endured quietly. When he proposed, it felt like confirmation, like proof that her effort had meaning. She imagined a steady future, not extravagant, just secure, a home, a family, a place where she would finally belong. But after the engagement, things began to change. Expectations grew heavier, not only from him, but from the people around him. His family had opinions about how things should be done, where they should live, how she should behave, what she should accept without question. She found herself speaking less, listening more, swallowing discomfort to keep peace. Whenever she raised a concern, she was told she was overthinking, that marriage required sacrifice, that this was normal, that she would adjust in time. So she tried harder. She told herself that once they were married, things would settle. That love sometimes required silence, that endurance was strength, even when it felt like self-betrayal. Then one evening, without warning, the door closed. He told her he wasn't ready anymore, that things had become complicated, that maybe she deserved something different. Years of waiting, adjusting, and hoping ended in a single conversation. What hurt most wasn't just losing him, it was losing the future she had already lived in her mind. She mourned the home she imagined, the family she prepared herself for, the version of herself she had reshaped to fit that life. For a long time she blamed herself. She replayed every conversation, questioned every decision, wondered what she could have done differently. The silence that followed felt heavier than any argument they had ever had. Slowly, life moved forward, whether she was ready or not. She returned to routines, reconnected with people she had grown distant from, made decisions without asking how they would affect someone else first. It felt unfamiliar, almost wrong, but with time, something unexpected happened. Her days became calmer, her thoughts quieter. She noticed how little explaining she now did, how rarely she felt tension in her chest, how peaceful her mornings had become, and then clarity arrived. She realized that if that door had stayed open, she would have spent her life shrinking. She would have learned to stay silent to keep peace. She would have confused love with endurance and sacrifice with worth. The door hadn't closed to punish her, it had closed to protect her. Years later, she met someone who didn't ask her to become smaller, someone who listened, someone whose love felt steady instead of conditional. But even if she hadn't, she knew this. Losing that future saved her from a life that would have cost her peace. Some doors close not because you failed, not because you weren't enough. They close because what waits behind them would have taken more than it ever gave. And when you finally understand that, you don't feel bitterness. You feel grateful that the door closed when it did,